Zap Dragons is the strongest and easiest Town Hall 11 attack strategy, and what's even better is you don't always need your CC, and you definitely don't need a siege machine donated to you. The first thing to think about with this attack strategy is, what are you doing with your giant arrow? Because you need to remove 2 air defenses. Now, if you don't, you can still triple, but it's definitely advised to get rid of 2 air defenses. Then you need to use 2 lightning and 1 earthquake spell on each of the back end air defenses. I got lucky here, I could earthquake both of them with 1, so I'm able to hang on to 1 earthquake. But generally, 2 zaps, 1 earthquake will finish off any air defense. And then you want to come in from where you've got the best funnel with your dragons. You can see my queen cleared out the bottom of the base here, so I'm going to come in on this top side. But notice these dragons on the top side, yes, they aren't inside the rage gem, but they are doing a very important job here of funneling. We don't need every troop inside the rage gem. We need enough to take out the core of the base, but it is far more important to clear out a funnel on the outside, and that's what those dragons are doing a great job of, because by using even 3 or 4 dragons on the funnel, it makes sure our other 8 or 9 of them stay in the center, and that is enough to get you a 3-star. Use the rage spell when it feels most appropriate. You'll generally have to use a freeze spell because the eagle will go after your minion prince, and you need your minion prince because he does so much damage. Then when it comes to your CC, just use it where it feels right. Now keep in mind, balloons do not go very well against multi-infernos, wizard towers, or defending air heroes. So here I saw 2 expos were kind of isolated from the rest of the base, and with a haze spell and the balloons from the CC, it finishes them off. And you might be thinking, well, Hooked, it's not that impressive, you took that down, you know, have high level stuff. I mean, look at my Warden. My Warden's level 10 and both equipment are level 9. You can get them up to level 12 at Town Hall 11. My Archer Queen has a maxed out giant arrow but not a maxed out invis vial. And both of my Minion Prince hero equipment are well below max, and I can still get a triple. This base is a little more spread out. So I start with the Zapquake. That's what you're meant to do. In the last attack, I know I started with the Giant Arrow. You're generally meant to start with your Lightning spells and the Earthquake, and then the Queen, so you can have all your troops moving at the same time. Yet again, look at that. We're able to get rid of 2 air defenses. I think I get both sweepers as well. Ridiculous, but neither of the sweepers would have been facing the way we were coming anyway, so don't think too much of it. Then Baby Dragon with 3 balloons to get rid of the Arch Tower and 2 dragons. I'm not kidding. You need to set a funnel for these troops. The only way you fail with this attack strategy is if you don't. Then we're going straight in. I use my Warden ability to negate the Eagle. Then you're going to see here the Eagle locks onto the Minion Prince, so obviously we freeze. Now, in case you haven't been noticing, in terms of the deployment, I go Dragons, Warden, Minion Prince, and then the balloons. The balloons, that I don't mind if they come in a bit later, because the further into the center of the base they get, the more value that they will get in terms of getting rid of traps. I use the skeleton spell on the right hand side to tank for that single inferno, and now the dragons are going around. Unfortunately, the Minion Prince was 1 HP because yet again, the Eagle really likes going after him. Now my troops are taking a bit of damage here, so I decide now is the right time to use these balloons. The Wizard Tower is tanked for, which is fine. Unfortunately, that NATO is a bit of a problem, but not the end of the world. You can see the loons are going across here. I haven't used the freeze or the haste spell out of the CC, and you know we're going to use both of them right here. So there's the freeze spell, then the haste, and the balloons are going to shoot across the base and help finish off that multi-inferno. Like I said, if you want, you can request a Stone Slammer with this army. You can receive that at Town Hall 11, but you don't need it. You don't need it. More than fine not even using your CC at Town Hall 11. As in, not using the siege machine. You should probably use your CC, but up to you. But those were just the normal version of the game. What happens if we try this on hard mode? So yet again, I'm able to quake 2 air defenses with 1 earthquake spell, so I end up using both of them in the area. Turns out we get an expo as well. But you can see, based on this right here, this is hard mode. Now, I do mess up my Archer Queen placement. I only get rid of 1 air defense, and this is hard mode, so are we going to get punished for that? I guess we will find out. For those of you who don't know what hard mode is, it's only something you can do in friendly challenges or friendly wars. It essentially makes the game more difficult. Defending defenses do 20% more damage, the defending heroes do a little bit more, and your heroes do a little bit less. That's basically the crux of it. So, more difficult to 3-star. We don't pop the Warden immediately. I pop it right now through this second wave of Eagle shots protecting my Minion Prince. And then in a second, I am going to freeze the Eagle yet again. Now, you might notice the defensive CC here has a Furnace. The Furnace is insane on defense. It is such a nuisance to deal with. I genuinely hate it so much. I did fail a couple of hits, not with this army, but with a different Town Hall 11 army. I failed a few E-Dragon hits because of the Furnace ruining the E-Dragon chains throughout the base. We use the Skeleton spell on the back end of the base here because that's where we should use it, to tank the single Inferno or tank defensive heroes. Those are the two main things, because dragons do fine against multi-Infernos. They do not do very well against single Infernos, so you need that spell to help with that. And look at this. This surprised me. So I did end up needing the CC in those first two attacks. I didn't need them by a lot, but I did need them just a little bit. Somehow I'd come into a hard mode attack. This base wasn't as strong, but it still isn't a bad base layout. I messed up the giant arrow as well, and still were able to 3-star without using our siege machine troops. Even though it looks like I have, because it looks as grayed out, as you can see here. Have not used these troops, have not used this spell. I did use my freeze spell from the CC though, so I guess I did use my CC troops in the end if you want to be pedantic. But yeah, not even hard mode can stop this army. This army is really, really good, and what I love about it, super simple. And I hope you guys see it that way too. You don't need maxed out equipment. You don't even need maxed out heroes. I've got a level 16 Minion Prince, a level 10 Warden, and a level 37 Archer Queen. I believe the maxes are level 30 on the Minion Prince, or level 25, level 50 on the Queen, and level 20 on the Warden. Nowhere near max, and still no issues. Let's finish off with an anti-2-star base here. This is the sort of one you might see on your trophy pushes. So yet again, we're doing the Zap Quake here, exactly like that. And then I wanted to go for the diagonal Archer Queen, Giant Arrow, but yet again, I messed it up. I do get rid of one sweeper though, which is obviously nice. If you're not going to get rid of 2 air defenses, please make sure you get a sweeper then. Now we go straight into the CC. Gonna pop the Warden ability nice and early here. NATO goes off. Baby Dragon is setting a great funnel on the top side, and that way I don't need to use as many of my dragons to funnel because, well, that Baby Dragon's doing an excellent job. As you can see, the Minion Prince gets hit here, and my level 16 Minion Prince does not have that many hit points, and yeah, he's already lost most of his health. I get into the core of the base here, and these 2 single Infernos do a really good job. The Skeleton spell I thought would do a better job here, honestly, but yeah, it doesn't end up doing that much. I pop the Minion Prince ability any second now. Beautiful. Going through the middle, but you're going to see, nice job from the henchman there pulling the Seeking Air Mine. You're going to see this single Inferno stays up, so I do end up needing to use my balloons from the CC. I was trying to swag the CC yet again, because this did get kind of close, and maybe if I got a little lucky, I could have got the 3-star here. Depends how the troops path to the single Inferno, but better to be safe than sorry. So, to sum up, this attack strategy is awesome, 11v11. It is extremely simple. You might need your CC some of the time. Keep in mind, I'm hitting bases with defensive CCs. If you're pushing, you're generally going to find the bases do not have a defensive CC. On top of that, you know, it is just a defensive CC, an offensive CC. You're not needing a siege machine like a lot of other strategies do. For instance, Queen Charge Hybrid, extremely strong, and lots of people will put it as the top Town Hall 11 attack strategy. And if you can use a siege machine, it is insane. But if not, it's not. And it's the same for Zap Witches. If you can get the Wall Wrecker, it's insane. If not, it is really weak, and that's what I love about this attack strategy. Not reliant on a siege machine, sometimes reliant on a CC, but it is always extremely effective.